It has been over a decade since the Texas Longhorns were national title contenders in college football. Since then, Texas has hired 3 coaches going back to 2014. Steve Sarkisian is now the next man up to try to fix the Longhorns. Heather Dinich has more on Sark's Texas-sized expectations.
I understand if you don't win all the games here, people are unhappy. So other people love 8 wins. This place isn't that way, and I agree with them.
It's been 7 seasons since Mack Brown resigned to Texas, and people are still unhappy. No Big 12 titles, no national relevance, and certainly no shortage of pressure on Steve Sarkisian, the 3rd coach Texas has hired to fix it all. Sark's offense is proven, but his track record as a head coach is not. He went 46-35 during stints at USC and Washington and hasn't been a head coach since 2015. Sarkisian, now 47, understands the lofty expectations at Texas because they're the same as everywhere else he's been. As Alabama's offensive coordinator the past 2 seasons, the Crimson Tide's offense soared with its 2 highest scoring seasons in program history. The question is if he can do it at Texas, with a quarterback who has never started a college game. According to ESPN's Football Power Index, Texas has the 4th toughest schedule in the FBS. With games against Louisiana and Arkansas, an 0-2 start isn't far-fetched. The Longhorns are projected to finish the regular season with 7.4 wins. Sure, other people love 8 wins. For once, Texas fans should be thrilled with it.
And if it's Wednesday, it means Heather and Paul here with us on Get Up. And Heather, certainly you're outlining it well there. And for the fans across the country who don't fully understand the dynamic here, how would you describe the pressure that exists at Texas, regardless of what realistic expectations might seem to be?
Well, the pressure, Greeny, is phenomenal, and it's because there are a lot of wealthy Texas boosters that have an enormous amount of influence in the way the program is headed. And I talked to Sark last week, and if you're a Texas fan, you'd be happy because he said all the right things. And one of the questions that I asked him was, what did you learn during your time as a head coach? And his answer reminded me that he was only 33 years old when he took over at Washington. As you heard, he's now 47. And one of the biggest differences, he said, is his confidence in who he is and what he wants to do with the football program. He said they had a great spring. They have an amazing running back in Bijan Robinson. He's about 230 pounds. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He could be in the Heisman conversation if Texas puts them there, meaning if they are good enough to be on the national stage. So he has a lot of work to do. He said you don't just pick up your offense from Alabama and throw it into Texas and blink and it's there. But he said he inherited a lot of talent and he's confident that they bought in quickly.
All right, so Paul, let's talk about the expectations. We all understand they are Texas-sized. Are they realistic?
They are not. Texas is no big deal other than to Texas fans. This is not a relevant program anymore, Greeny. And go back to 2013 when Texas people fired Mack Brown. He didn't resign. He was shown the door. The same Mack Brown who now has North Carolina in the top 10. Texas can't even win its own state anymore. It lost 2 of its best players to Alabama. It's pathetically behind Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M. It's way, way behind their biggest rival up in Norman, Oklahoma. Texas is fighting for 3rd at best in its own league, and I don't really see a clear path. I think Sark is a very good coach, but let's be honest, Hembo could have coached that offense last year at Alabama.
Oh, my goodness. So let me ask you, Paul, is he the right guy to do it, though? They're waiting for someone to finally get them back where they want to be. Is Sark the right guy to do it?
I think he's as good as anyone else, but the problem isn't Sark. The problem are Texas people. Nick Saban told me one time when he was considering, after he turned down Texas, he didn't want to report to 15 or 20 billionaires every day. That's the way that program rolls. Saban took over at Alabama and said, I'm in charge here. Lincoln Riley has very few people that he has to answer to in Norman. That's the problem for Sark. Every other minute, somebody else is calling up and wanting a piece of him and that program. And until they clear that up, and they haven't yet, that program will be stuck in the mud.
I'm Delighted that I asked. Heather and Paul, always outstanding. Thank you guys both very much. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.